It's time now for a look at least on local sports. In sports, the varsity basketball season's underway. Varsity teams will be in action tomorrow night over in Long County, taking on the Blue Tide. Varsity girls game will begin at 6. The varsity boys game tomorrow night at 7:30. Over the weekend, the varsity boys down in Brunswick taking on the Pirates. Pirates win the game in varsity play by a score of 81-46. They also won the JV game 39-34. Teams are at home this Friday, December 5th, hosting Brantley County. Varsity girls game will begin at 6. Varsity boys game begins at 7:30. Big day Tuesday for the Wayne County esports team as they're in the third round of state playoffs. They'll face the winner of today's match between Heritage High School and Westminster. Again, Coach Rob Patton is the coach, and he has a bunch of seniors on this year's team. Asher Montpetit, Colton Westbury, Adam French, Jamon Height, and team captain Miles Martin. Again, wishing the best of luck tomorrow as they enter the third round of the state playoffs. High school state football players are down to the Final Four, and this weekend the teams play for a trip to Atlanta and a chance to win a state championship at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. In our classification, Quad A, the BC Cadets are out. They lost to Blessed Trinity 24-10. Blessed Trinity will play North Oconee, while the other matchup is Marist against Creekside. In Double A, the Appleton County Pirates will be home again this Friday in a semifinal game. They'll host Carver Columbus, who defeated Pierce County 44-7. Appleton County defeated Stevens County 23-9. So Appleton will play Carver Columbus in one of the semifinal games this Friday. Other Double A matchup is between Burke County and Rockmart. In Triple A, the two semifinal games are Jefferson against LaGrange and Stevenson against Calhoun. In Single A, it's Northeast against Fitzgerald and Dublin against Toombs County. In 5A football, Coffee still alive. They defeated Sequoia High School 72-48. They'll play Hughes, while Lee County will play Milton in the other semifinal in 5A. In 6A, the two games are Grayson against Douglas County, and Beaufort takes on Carrollton. College football, another weekend of upsets. In Statesboro, Georgia Southern wins their final regular season game between App State. 29-20 was the final, but they miss out on the Sun Belt Conference title game since Marshall defeated James Madison 35-33. Next up for Georgia Southern is a bowl game. That'll be announced on December the 8th after the final college football rankings are announced. Sun Belt Championship game will be played on December 7th between Marshall and Louisiana. In Athens last Friday night, it took Georgia 8 overtimes to defeat Georgia Tech 44-42. The final, Georgia against Texas Saturday in Atlanta for the SEC Championship game. Ohio State loses to Michigan for the fourth straight year. This year, the Buckeyes were a 3-touchdown favorite in the game. South Carolina upsets Clemson, but Clemson's still in the ACC title game because Miami lost to Syracuse 42-38. Missouri beats Arkansas 28-21. Alabama over Auburn 28-14. Notre Dame over Southern Cal 49-35. Texas defeated Texas A&M 17-7. Oregon beat Washington 49-21. Ole Miss over Mississippi State 26-14. Tennessee beat Vandy 36-23. LSU over Oklahoma 37-17. And Florida beat up on Florida State 31-11. Ugly scenes at both Ohio State, Michigan, and Florida FSU games as players attempted to plant their school flag on their opponent's logo at midfield after a win. In Columbus, police had to use pepper spray, and both teams have been fined by the NCAA, each hit with a $100,000 fine for their actions. At Tallahassee, Florida coach Billy Napier apologizing for his team's actions. FSU coach and Napier exchanged words after the game. Another wild and crazy weekend of college football. Tuesday, the committee will let us know who's in the 12-team playoff field, with only championship weekend set to go before the final field is set. After the weekend, the new AP Top 25 poll was out. Oregon Ducks head to the Big Ten Championship game undefeated to face Penn State. Again, Texas comes in at number 2, Penn State 3, Notre Dame 4, Georgia up to number 5. 6 is Tennessee, Ohio State down to 7th with the loss to Michigan. 8th is SMU, 9th Indiana, 10 Boise State, 11 Alabama, 12 Arizona State, 13 South Carolina, 14 Miami, 15 Ole Miss, 16 Iowa State, 17 BYU, 18 Clemson, 19 UNLV, 20 is Colorado, 21 Illinois, 22 Missouri, 23 Syracuse, 24 Army, and in the 25 Memphis. This weekend is championship weekend with the conference champions getting a bye into the 12-team playoff. 2 games on Friday. Tulane takes on Army, and UNLV plays Boise State. Saturday, the Big 12 championship between Iowa State and Arizona State will kick off at 12 noon. Then in Atlanta, the SEC championship game at 4 p.m. between Georgia and Texas. 8 p.m. that evening, 2 title games, the Big Ten championship game, again, Penn State against Oregon. Also at 8 p.m., the ACC championship game will be Clemson and SMU. After the championship games, the 12-team field will be set, in the NCAA playoffs are set to begin on the weekend of December the 20th, just in time for Christmas. In the NFL, the Falcons lose at home to the LA Chargers as Kirk Cousins throws 4 interceptions. Apologized to the fans and his team after the ball game for his poor performance. Falcons now at 6-6, but still on top in the division, tied with Tampa Bay. Jacksonville had quarterback Trevor Lawrence back for Sunday's game, but a vicious hit knocks him out and starts a bench-clearing brawl. Lawrence had to leave the game, but was able to walk to the locker room. He's under concussion protocol. Jags lose to the Texans at home 23-20. Jags now at 2-10, and Doug Peterson's job is in serious jeopardy after the season. Other games, Indianapolis over New England 25-24 as the Colts go for 2-point conversion at the end of the game, and second-year quarterback Anthony Richardson out of Florida scores the winning 2-point conversion. Pittsburgh a big win at Cincinnati 44-39. Quarterback Russell Wilson throws for over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. First time Pittsburgh scored 40 points since 2019. Seattle over the Jets 26-21. Vikings continue to win. They beat the Cardinals 23-22. Commanders 42-19. Their quarterback Jaden Daniels on his way to Rookie of the Year honors. Tampa Bay beat the Panthers 26-23. Eagles beat the Ravens 24-19. Rams beat the Saints 21-14. Last night it was Buffalo in the snow, whipping up on the 49ers, and tonight it's Cleveland and Denver on Monday Night Football. Still time to sign up for a golf tournament set for this weekend at the Pine Forest Country Club, December the 7th. It's a 4-person scramble at $75 per player. It's a fundraiser for the College of Coastal Georgia golf team. 2 Wayne County players on that team, Finley Burke and Antonio Orbe. Team's been invited to participate in a tournament later this year in Las Vegas. And this tournament will help raise funds for the trip. And if you're interested in being in the field, you can sign up at the Pro Shop or call 912-294-4599 to sign up. It's an 8 a.m. shotgun start. Registration will include lunch. Once again, the date of the tournament this Saturday, December the 7th. That's going to do it for latest in local sport.